What's going on, guys? What's up, guys? What's up? It's the Roc and Rising. It's the Roc and Rising. It's the Roc and Rising Show. What's up, guys? It's the Roc and Rising Show.
My name is Justin Rising. This is my boy, Rodimus Rock Rojas.
One and only. And we got a big weekend that just passed. Well, we're still in it.
Yeah.
And E3. We're going to talk about that.
Definitely talking about E3. First thing I want to get out of the way, just so we meet these formalities here, is if you were a dad, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
And if you graduated, happy graduation.
Yes.
That's all we're going to say about that. Anyway, on the E3, big things.
Side.
So, a bunch of big things that we wanted to talk about. We might be wearing the PlayStation swag, but we're not like PlayStation fanboys. We do enjoy games from different consoles.
Yes, we
have
do.
A handful of the consoles.
Tons of
we
them.
got the Xbox, we got the PlayStation, we got
Genesis,
the Switch,
Nintendo.
Oh yeah, you want to bring it back?
Turbo graphics. I got all that.
The 3DS.
He has all that. So
anyway,
we're huge gamers, and E3 came out, and they showed us a lot of good things and a lot of bad things.
Some game, I don't want to say anything about like PlayStation or Xbox, but like the developers themselves, man, came out swinging. We're seeing some huge stuff from Nintendo. ARMS just came out today.
ARMS.
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So
that's another cool game. But yeah, I'll start off by talking about like some of the Nintendo stuff that I saw. But like Mario Odyssey, man. If you haven't seen Mario Odyssey yet, definitely take a look at that. But I'm excited about that game.
Can't wait for that.
That game reminds me of. You remember the first time you saw like Mario 64?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. It's like the first time you saw Mario 64. You're not side-scrolling, little jumpy little thing. You have a 3D world and everything was new. That's what this reminds me of.
I always get excited when they announce Marios because, obviously we're from the 80s babies, and that was pretty much what broke the barrier of video gaming from Atari, ColecoVision, where little dots, back and forth, and Centipede and all of that. So I always get excited for Mario. And Mario Odyssey, when I saw it, the first thing on my mind was like, when does this game come out?
Right. And then talking about some more Nintendo fun stuff, we have Mario and Rabbids, which looks interesting. I don't really know how it's going to play out, but it looks like a real-time strategy game. Or something similar to that, turn-based, which looks pretty cool. So I guess we'll kind of see how that goes.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Pokemon, how like you strategize your attacks.
Yeah, I think
and you use like different attacks and stuff like that.
So I think it's gonna be a slower playing game. It's not gonna be like all of the face moving around.
No,
exactly.
Not a fast-paced game. Very strategized. You have to think before you even make your next 10 moves.
And then we have.
FarCry. Let's talk about FarCry.
Oh yeah, FarCry 5, man. FarCry 5 is going to be...
All my FarCry lovers.
So if you haven't watched that trailer yet, I'm probably going to leave a couple of links to some of these games down below, especially the ones that we're excited about. But FarCry 5 takes place in what seems like, I think it's Montana.
The last one was Africa, right? Africa was the last one.
No. Primal. It was like the one that took place back in time. So... This new one takes place in Montana, in this remote corner of Montana, and I guess everybody has lost their damn mind.
Yeah.
So there's a cult go around killing people in it. So yeah, it looks interesting.
It's a dope game. It always it's basically a GTA out of the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be interesting. I think
it's definitely a good game.
Speaking of that, though, one other thing that I wanted to talk about as well, the new Assassin's Creed game looks different from previous Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's Assassin's Creed Origins, and that takes place in Egypt. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up is it reminds me a lot of Far Cry.
Yeah.
You've seen some of the gameplay, and they have a hawk flying around overhead, but you can mark some of your targets.
Nice.
With that setup, so I thought that was a very interesting setup.
Talking about Assassin's Creed, and it kind of bring the mechanics back. I think it took a little bit of the mechanics from Prince of Persia, which Prince of Persia was an awesome game.
Yeah.
And the mechanics of the combos and the weapon. Now he has a shield.
Yeah.
And
so that was some of the interesting things that we saw from the Assassin's Creed camp, that kind of game is it definitely looks different than older Assassin's Creed games. They kind of look like they have some elements from games that everybody loves.
Yeah.
You have Far Cry kind of elements in there. You got some kind of Prince of Persia elements in there. I think it looks. It looks similar to some things, but it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting to see.
I did see something that I kind of like when they do that. There was a part where he shot an arrow and the camera follows the arrow.
Oh man, yeah.
So I like that. You know what I mean? It kind of leaves him behind. Just
what was it like? Sniper Elite.
Sniper Elite. Sniper Elite.
That was another one of those games. And then one other thing I want to talk about before we jump off the subject of Nintendo, because I just got a Switch. Rodimus just got a Switch. We're loving this thing.
Awesome.
New game called Starlink. This looks very interesting as well. Where it looks like you build a spaceship, a little tiny like kind of model spaceship in real life. And then it kind of just like talks to the controller, I guess, somehow. Yeah. So kind of like Nintendo Amiibos or the Disney Infinity figures and stuff like that. But it looks like it's it's modular and just kind of goes together. Yeah. Definitely something I thought was interesting, a really interesting idea.
Leave them a link so they can see it. You know what I mean? Because when we tend to talk about things, people be like, what are whatever. But it's new. This is E3. This came out at E3. E3, everything is new. They're doing their presentations. They're kind of showing you what is coming.
Yeah. We have that. New Call of Duty looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. So, that's World War II?
World War III.
No.
World War II. World War II.
Two, right?
Yeah. We didn't even have a 3.
Yeah, so that looks like it's going to be pretty awesome, though. Especially to bring back some of these older weapons. Which I think is going to be pretty cool. The M1 Garand is an awesome weapon, and that's kind of one of the things that they highlighted in there was like the little ping sound.
Yeah, the little reload sound. Yeah. I think it's pretty dope because they did really good on the graphics when they tend to go from old style into a new game like our world now, 2017, 2018. They kind of keep it with that old style, but they jacked up the graphics. Yeah. So it looks really nice. They bring the flamethrower back.
Yeah, they're running like everything. 4K, 60 frames per second on some of these new systems. We'll see how it works in real life.
So all my Call of Duty fans, if you played Call of Duties, all of them, whatever, Call of Duty 1, whatever, it's really slow. This one is old style. Very fast paced. Yeah. So
the graphics look very, very smooth in the game as well. But granted, that's the conference. We'll see how that kind of works out in the end.
Right. What else?
One thing we wanted to say as well, like the PlayStation, they're coming out with a new PlayStation 4, but it's only $250.
$250.
Looks incredible. I'm probably gonna throw a picture up here somewhere. It looks very nice, very smooth, rounded edges, gold. You gotta have that gold in your house.
Gold. It looks like a gold brick.
Yeah, I'm about to put it like on my coffee table. It looks really, really damn nice.
Super affordable though.
$250. Yeah.
Super affordable. I think PlayStation.
It's cheaper than the Switch.
Yeah. I think it is cheaper than the Switch. I paid $299, $300. Yeah. PlayStation is changing the game. They want everybody to have a PlayStation in their house.
I mean,
that's affordable. You know what I mean? Sometimes I spend $250 on a night out drinking. I'm just saying.
$250 is really not bad. Small, slim, really nice looking thing.
Everybody's gonna have one. Yeah. Everybody's gonna have one of these shirts. And let's talk about this Rocket League. That's what you're excited about.
Yeah. So like,
since we're talking about consoles and cross, go do your thing.
Well, we didn't even talk about that yet. But I mean, like, one of the things I'm most excited about out of E3 is talking about being able to cross console play. So if I have an Xbox and you have a PlayStation, or I have a Nintendo Switch and you have an Xbox or a PC. So like all of these things, Minecraft and Rocket League both announced that they're going to be supporting cross-console play. Ooh. So I'll be able to play, somebody who has a PC out in Serbia and I'm playing on the Switch and we can play Minecraft together. So stuff like that's very interesting to me because like it's held between like me and my brother will play games a lot and stuff like that. That holds us up because he'll be playing on the Xbox Rocket League. I don't have it yet because I'm still playing with the Switch, or I have like an Xbox 360.
But it's always been a battle between people that play Xbox, people that play PlayStation, people that play PC. Right. Mind you, PC. He's a PC gamer. PC gamers are way better than console gamers.
Look, I'm not going to say that the PC itself can be better than any console that's come out. The people who are playing the games really doesn't matter. You can be garbage on a PC, you can be garbage on the PlayStation, you can be garbage on the Xbox.
But it's always been a fight, so now I guess they're doing this with Rocket League that, they're trying this out.
Yeah, like, you think you're the best on the Xbox? Go ahead and play this person on PlayStation. I hope they do that. I hope they're like, this is like the PlayStation League, and you have to like, whatever. Like, I'm hoping like they make it a struggle basically of like, you have to beat these people on the PlayStation in order to win your thing. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Challenges and money events will come out. you're a PC gamer or you're Xbox or a PlayStation gamer, but it's always been a fight like that because I got tons of friends and they're Rock, you're always talking about you playing video games and all that. What do you have? I got PlayStation. Man, I got Xbox.
Right.
So there's no
Right.
we can't play together. Whatever.
Yeah, that's annoying. But I feel like I think gamers and developers are really getting their way now, where you're allowed to play. Like I got a PlayStation, or I have an Xbox, or I have a PC. I can play some of my friends on there. So I think that is going to be something that's really cool coming up.
And we're in 2017. I think they got a bigger budget. There's a lot. There's a lot of money.
You're talking about billions
around.
of dollars being thrown at
games now. A lot of
now.
money thrown around.
I do want to talk about, like you said, budget, but I'm talking about kind of like a money grab. Is like Bethesda didn't really come out with too much this year. They have a new Wolfenstein coming out, which the graphics look amazing. The first few minutes of that game look very good. However, how much longer do I need to be excited about Skyrim before you give me a new Elder Scrolls game? That's all I'm asking for. I don't need Skyrim VR or Skyrim Switch. I don't need to dress my character up as Link from Zelda. Like, I'm going to. Regardless, I'm going to give you my money again for the fifth time, I think. Where I had the original on the Xbox 360, and then I got it up for the PC. But then I had to get the Legendary Edition for the PC. Okay, I did that now. Wait a second, you guys came out with the new updated graphics thing. I need to buy that now. That's the second time on the PC that I bought it, guys. And
Skyrim.
And
there's a Rim of the Sky.
Bought it for the Xbox One, and now I'm going to buy it again for the PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch. Guys, stop. We need to stop.
Yeah, and then they got the Skyrim VR for the PlayStation.
Yes, the Skyrim VR for the PlayStation. Look, it's going to be good. I'm excited about it, but how many times do I need to buy this
Skyrim?
Game? That's how
many
times
Skyrim out? And not only that, but like Skyrim, they doing all of this Skyrim, like you mentioned it all. Skyrim takes thousands of hours.
Oh yeah,
it's not like
I have.
It's not like it's a 60-hour game.
No. I have
crush it in 2 weeks,
200 hours in this game, and I'm nowhere even near like completing everything. People have thousands of hours in the game. Yeah, it is kind of one of those things. If you haven't played it before, absolutely pick it up. It's a great game.
I just think,
but I'm gonna play it because it is a great game.
It's a good game.
But I'm going to buy it again for like the fifth time. One last thing I want to talk about, kind of on the Xbox side, is Forza 7.
Forza 7.
I think the last Forza I really played was Horizon 1 because I still have the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But the mechanics on those games, I mean, the driving games, so they had like a new commercial for the Crew 2, and the driving mechanics on the Crew look bad.
Amazing.
Like,
horrible?
No, they look bad. Oh. Like they look like crap.
Not bad meaning bad, but not bad.
They look good. Like trash. So like Forza always brings that like top notch, like very smooth, but also like realistic feeling mechanics.
Yeah.
Exactly. 4K graphics, once again 60 frames per second, all that stuff on some of the newer systems, and just the best driving mechanics out of like any game.
Nice.
And then there's one thing that was highlighted as well, is it looks like you're going to have a character in Forza 7, so like online play might be a little bit interesting this time around.
Mods,
as well.
new helmets, new gear. They kind of want you to feel like, you're not, because a lot of those...
They're trying to steal that stuff from Rocket League to make you all...
Yeah.
You've seen Rocket League where you have you could have like a little helmet on your car or whatever,
But then again, they took that feeling, like, they don't want you to be the car no more.
Right.
Like Gran Turismo, there's no driver.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? You're basically a car.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. However, you got the new Gran Turismo, which is coming out. That, once again, you're talking about these amazing graphics, amazing driving mechanics, just very smooth, very overall nice looking game.
I love it. A huge fan of Paradise City, and a huge fan of Burnout Paradise City, and a huge fan of Gran Turismo. And these games, like, they capture the racing style in the streets or in the Gran Turismo. And if you're a racing fan, I love them. I love them. Customized, the paint jobs, the rims, the tires, they do the Pirellis, the stone, the Firestone, all that.
Yeah, it's like
really
hundreds
dope.
of tires you can choose from. Yeah,
really
so they're very customizable, very awesome games. So like we're definitely excited about that. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the PlayStation.
Let's go.
Camp of things. The PlayStation Pro just came out a couple months ago. New VR kind of like upped that a little bit. We're not even gonna talk about that though. What we are gonna talk about though is some of the things that we're excited about. And Rodimus is probably the most excited about the new Uncharted that will be coming out. Which
wow!
I haven't really played the Uncharted games. I've been sleeping on.
I got them all.
I'm sorry, but he's played all of them.
I'm a platinum member.
Putting all that out there, and he didn't think they were coming out with another one, but this new one looks like it's going to be interesting. I kind of thought it looked like a mixture of like Lara Croft and
that's what
FarCry kind
No,
of.
dude, Uncharted everybody has always said it, because Uncharted is basically the male version of Tomb Raider.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like I think that's a interesting like place for a game to be, and has nothing to do with like gender or anything like that. But like Lara Croft, like there aren't too many games that are like action adventure explorer games. If you have like an action game, it's like a first person shooter. If you have a like an exploration game, usually it's like kind of like a casual game.
Yeah,
it's very few games that we have that are like action adventure shooting explorer games that are like so it is an interesting style or like a kind of genre game unto itself.
The treasure hunting, the weapons, you know what I mean. They do this in all the all the Uncharted. They could definitely tone that down. Get 100 kills with the AK-47, 100 kills with the pistol. They could definitely tone that down,
right?
Because now you got to play the game back. You got to go back, and now you got to get 100 kills with that weapon. First of all, you got to find it, and this, that, and the third. But it's definitely one of my favorites, and another one of my favorites. We're gonna talk about it too, but we're still on Uncharted, which is God of War. But we're gonna get into that. But Uncharted, I thought that was definitely gonna be the last one, and I was heartbroken because Naughty Dog is definitely, they're great developers, and I didn't want it to stop. When something is too good to be true, and then that's what happens. Like, oh, this is the last one. A Thief's End. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
A Thief's End. How do you?
God of War.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen this, man, like the God of War games have been solid. I think rock solid all the way through 1, 2, 3, and then there's a couple of the ones for the PSP and stuff like that. I played like to death 1 and 2. I mean, I got to the point where I could beat God of War 1 in like 6 hours, just slamming through the game. And it could probably be beaten even quicker than that because it's an older game. That was me when I was like 10 years old.
There is a speed run through God of War. Actually, so I know somebody that actually they did the speed run, and inside the game they have the speed run.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You get like crazy stuff at the end. Like that was another thing. Like you get crazy things at the end of the game. Where like you were playing this guy named Kratos, but then they'll give you like a
Ash Kratos, like a black Kratos,
or they give you like the like something silly where it was like Kratos dressed up in like a business suit with briefcases and stuff. Like there's some goofy stuff like that.
Pretty dope.
Definitely excited about this new one though. So like this one takes place in I guess like somewhere northern Europe or something.
I don't know.
But he's like a Viking.
Kind of. For all my God of War fans, what do you think about the beard? The beard.
The Rick Ross. Yeah.
Huh.
So I mean, the game looks great though. Crazy like rollout shield that he has on that we've seen so far. The axe that just comes back to him whenever he wants it.
And he's running around with his son, which is
running around with his son. I think that is going to be pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, because his son is little.
His son, however, looks like he was kind of helping out in some later footage where he was like lighting them off with the bow and arrow. So
he was, but you know what I mean. He's kind of like he's trying to make him become a god, and I think it's gonna be a question. That's a question though, because is he still a god?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
it's
gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be
he's a demigod.
Right.
He's a demigod.
Right.
Is he still a demigod because he stabbed himself with the sword of Olympian, which took, drained all his godly powers out.
Right.
So I don't know.
It's gonna be very interesting. I think with the new game, his son is gonna play a very interesting role in the game, and he's just a big gigantic badass who just cuts people in half. So I mean, it's gonna be pretty awesome.
I love it. I think they're gonna pass it on. I think that's what they're doing. They're doing like a handoff. Like
maybe
they're doing like a handoff,
that might be
so they
interesting
could,
as well.
The son come out with a new one. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Maybe his son's like Thor and he's Odin.
Throw the he's on.
Last two things we wanted to talk about, though. Where we have Monster Hunter, which I don't have much to say about it. It looks good. Graphics
really
aren't...
good.
So the graphics aren't, like, over-the-top incredible. They look good. The mechanics of the game, once again, also don't look incredible, but they do look good.
Yeah.
The game itself, though, I think is going to be, like, the part that kind of pulls me in, because it looks like it's going to be a... kind of a game that's a little bit difficult, like, you know, maybe Dark Souls or something like that.
Yeah, I love Dark Souls.
So you're gonna have to be able to beat like these gigantic monsters using, you know, your bare hands, or like, you know, this dude had this gigantic sword on his back, but it looks like there was very few ways, and it looks like it was going to be a slow going kind of game where like defeating some of these monsters is gonna take some serious amount of time.
You guys like that gory and, you know, that hack and slash? What was it? Hack and slash?
The
hack and slash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I think that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a fun game. Probably going to be difficult as all hell.
But you know, it wouldn't be a game if it was easy.
Right. Then the last one, unless you wanted to
go.
The last one I wanted to talk about, and if you haven't played Shadow of the Colossus, like, I missed out on Shadow of the Colossus on the PlayStation 2 is when it came out, and this came out years ago. The last game that came out on the PlayStation 2, and it was kind of like right around the end of, like, you know, I got rid of my PlayStation 2 and I can't play this game. The game looked incredible. They came out and remastered it back in 2011. Missed out on that. That was on the PlayStation 3. But they're remastering it again for the PlayStation 4. This time I am not going to miss out.
Yes.
I'm going to get this. It's very, styled like the Last Guardian, which just came out recently. It's the same exact developer, but this game, it looked great back then.
4K,
it looks great now. Yeah.
Back then it wasn't none of that. You know what I mean? And then that's another thing. Like, I like games that are on Xbox. I like games that
I don't feel like I need to buy like 10 different.
A whole console, like, even though we have it.
Like, I don't need an Xbox 360, an Xbox One, a PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and I damn sure don't need 10 different copies of Skyrim. I need one copy. That's all I want. So, that was one last thing. This is truly the last thing. One last thing I wanted to mention, though, was Minecraft, and I think they have the right idea.
I love Minecraft.
They are allowing you to buy one copy of Minecraft that works for all of the systems.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that is probably the best part. Like, not only can I play with somebody on another console, but I have one copy and I can play on multiple consoles the same exact game. That is what I want.
Because
I want one copy of Skyrim. I want one copy of Shadow of the Colossus, and I want to be able to play it on whatever I want.
That's it. I just want to spend
one copy.
I just want to spend 60 cash one time.
Right.
One time.
I don't,
because with Minecraft, I have it for. Well, I bought it for the phone, for the PS Vita. I bought it for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4.
Right, and my brother did the same thing. You know, he has it for the Xbox One. He has it for the Xbox 360. He has it for the PC. He has the phone edition. He has it for the Switch now.
Jesus.
So, like, I know people have done exactly that same thing, but it's like now you don't need to. So if you're new to the Minecraft kind of world, jump in. Now is the best time to do it. Buy one copy. Don't worry about the rest of it. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're getting the little bling.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, and if you like the video, please like, subscribe. I know it's gonna be longer than long.
Share it.
Comment down below. Tell us what you're most excited about. Even if it's not just E3, tell us what you're most excited about. Period. With playing video games. If you like Minecraft or whatever, just tell us your favorite video game moments. If you didn't even watch E3, if you did, let us know what you're the most excited about. Though, if it's not something that we already covered, or even if it is, we can start up a conversation.
Hey, like, subscribe, and comment, and share with your friends. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. I'm your boy Rock. This is your
Justin
boy
Rising.
Just.
We'll see you guys later.
Peace out.